Welcome to Budapest and the setting of the Pap Laszlo Sport Arena. Set D is about to begin, the last of the morning sets. We've got sets A and B to come in the afternoon in a reversal of yesterday's qualification schedule. So you will see over the next little while around 20 gymnasts taking to the competition floor. And of course, as ever, you'll see Luigi. If you weren't able to join us for the first set of gymnasts, the reason for the very dejected look on the face of, or the faces I should say, of the Polish spectators is that Liliana Lewińska has finished marginally behind Vera Tugalukova. And that is so important from Tugalukova's and Lewińska's perspective because it is the Olympic qualification picture. So huge congratulations to Vera Tugalukova, who is leading the way at the moment, and it is unlikely that she can be passed, but we'll keep a close eye on it just in case, as this group of gymnasts take to the carpet. It's a proud moment for the fans from North Macedonia as Elina Sokolowska continues her campaign at her debut European Championships. She's 17, she was born in Bielefeld in Germany. And now she will perform with the clubs. Seventeen-year-old Elina Sokolowska from North Macedonia. She has lived in Germany for a very long time, used to compete for them as a junior gymnast. But she always used North Macedonian music as it was something she constantly listened to at home. And she actually said that she was happy about all the medals she won for Germany, but sorry that they were not successes for Macedonia. Well, now she has the chance to represent North Macedonia, and it clearly means a great deal to her. Now, a very promising young gymnast from Turkey, Defne Aylul Kuluc. She scored 29.9 for both of her routines yesterday. She's from Ankara. She's definitely one to watch. Defne Aylul Kuluc having some obvious difficulty with the ribbon, had to get it untangled because it would have come at huge cost to her score had she not done. But of course then there's the problem that you lose all of that time to perform your routine. You lose so much difficulty while you're trying to untangle the ribbon. Execution deductions for the stillness of the apparatus too. 20.05 for Elina Sokolowska. That's her finest score so far. Well done to her. One more piece to go. Now, here is a gymnast who has really had a good go at getting that last possible place. She really has performed well. .25 for Kuluc. Another young gymnast from Turkey, one of real promise. She scored 30.95 with the hoop, 31.65 with the ball. This is Hatice Gökçe Emir, and she is a senior European Championship debutant, but my word, she's made her mark. She had to deal with a fair few trajectory adjustments there. Hatice Gökçe Emir. Really does get decent back bend. The problem with those adjustments to catch is that the gymnast can lose clarity of their execution. Their movement deteriorates and becomes a touch on the frantic side. But she's a gymnast of poise and of promise, there's no doubting it. From Oslo in Norway, Matilda Ekrem Richter, the gold medalist at the Norwegian Cup earlier this year.
You better run, 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 now here we come, revving our engines under the sun. You're cruising for a bruising. Whoa, keeping it cool, smooth won't stop, stop the music. We ride fast like a bullet. We do anything we want, anytime we want. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We just ride, ride, ride all day. We're not gonna live any other way.
Worked really hard during that routine, Matilda Ekrenrichter, to keep the apparatus under control. And it was a very well managed performance in the end, because so easily she could have lost the apparatus on numerous occasions. So good determination. She competed at the Athens World Cup at the start of the season, her World Cup debut. Said it was an amazing experience, a great learning experience. .28.05 is Hatice Gökçe Emir's score. The second performance of these championships coming here for a young gymnast from Ljubljana. Although she lives in Lausanne in Switzerland. Slovenia's Nika Zajc. She scored 29.3 with the hoop. Didn't do ball and clubs. Nika Zajc of Slovenia. A remarkable accomplishment that she's had is that she won last year both the bronze medal in Slovenia at the all-around national championships and the silver medal at the Swiss equivalent. There aren't many athletes out there who can say that they've actually been on a national podium for two different countries in the same year. Quite extraordinary. Now there will be an inquiry for the score of Defne Eyul Kuluc. 26.65. That's the score for Richter. As ever, the bells ring for the Norwegian athletes. It is sporting tradition in their country. A great sporting nation they are. Josefin Juel-Muller of Norway. Some good performances so far from her, 29.9 and 29.1. Norway's Josefine Juul-Muller, the reigning all-around national champion. 5 years in a row, she has had a period of extraordinary domination domestically. There have been competitions when she's actually won all 6 national titles. Really a superb leader of the team. Nice illusion turn combination with the catch. Brief establishment of the attitude devant position. 26.05. Nika Zeitz. And there is no change to the Turkey gymnast score. Ayul Kuluc. We go to somebody who performed really well yesterday. A gymnast who turns 30 next month. Slovenia's Katarina Vedenjeva. 33.7 with the hoop, 32.6 with the ball. Now she performs with the ribbon, where she has been the bronze medalist at the last 2 World Championships. Another lovely technical performance, as ever, from Katarina Vedenjeva. The gymnast who won her first European Championship honours last year with the clubs. Just saw a brief glimpse of her dynamic balance work, where she used the attitude devant position. Good height on the turning leaps. As ever, distinctive ribbon patterns. You'd expect that from a gymnast of her experience with the apparatus. 29.95 for Josefine Juul-Muller. It continues a really positive day for her. Well, 2 days, I should say, because it's an overnight break in the qualification process. On the subject of people who are having good competitions, Alba Bautista was electric yesterday, 34.05 with both hoop and ball. Now she performs with the clubs. She really looks on song. Fortunes can change oh so quickly, can't they, in sports? And it was a great beginning from Bautista. Then she had a little problem with the apparatus when it was grounded, and after that, a more sizable drop. Always so much character to her work, though. Great sense of musicality. Katerina Vedenieva has scored 30.55. That is the third best mark that we've seen with the ribbon so far. But there's still a long way to go when it comes to ribbon qualification. Lots of big names still to come. Not hugely difficult, the routine from Vedenieva, as can often be the Achilles heel for her. From Portugal, Joana Pinheiro, 17 from Lisbon, and it's her third time at the European Championship. She was 33rd last year in the all-around competition. How striking was the progress of Pinheiro last year, jumping up 13 places from her all-around performance in Tel Aviv in 2022. Had some issues with the flight of the ribbon. Sometimes the pattern work was not quite as clean as it has been, but some stable pirouetting was evident. Developing gymnast, Josephine Yulmuller challenging her body difficulty score, and Katerina Vedenieva challenging everything under the sun. Alba Bautista picks up a score of 30.05. We just remind ourselves of a few things. Firstly, that the Olympic qualification picture does not include nations who've already secured a place in the World Championships, like the Spaniards, for example, like Slovenia. And for those gymnasts, they can discard one of their 4 performances when it comes to calculating the all-around qualification process for the final here. The Spanish veteran Polina Berezina, 33.15 with the hoop, 30.55 with the ball. The 5-time all-around national champion now performs with the clubs. scientists are working on trying to discover if there's any piece of music that Polina Berezina can't perform to. At the moment, it seems that there isn't one. She is so strikingly versatile as a gymnast, extraordinarily so. But she's powerful as well, absolutely ferociously strong, that is evident. She did have to navigate her way out of some trajectory issues with the clubs, but she did it well. The Spaniards both achieved that wonderful outcome of earning 2 spots at the Olympiad in Paris, at their home World Championships in Valencia. Great displays from Alba Bautista and Polina Berezina. It was Berezina's dream to qualify for the Games in front of her home fans. And for those athletes who are missing out early on the Olympics, remember that a 15-year-old has just had that happen to them, the great young Polish prospect Liliana Lewinska. Well, look at athletes like Polina Berezina, look at how she has acquired her finest competitive mentality, her finest performances, her finest results later on in her career. There's room for real longevity and real progress in this sport. .29.95 for Josephine Julmuller. And that's quite a change for Vedenyeva, 30.85, up by half a mark. That was a very useful inquiry. Joana Pinheiro scores 25.65. And we continue. We're just beyond the halfway stage of set D, the first rotation of 2. Welcome all of you, if you're just joining our coverage now at the European Championships of Rhythmic Gymnastics in Budapest. Rita Araujo of Portugal, the 20-year-old. Her third performance, her best yesterday was 28.75 with the hoop. Strong conclusion from Rita Araujo of Almada on the opposite side of the river from Lisbon. And she had her best ever result at the European Championships last year. She was 27th in the all-around competition. It was a great progression from the first two attempts she made. First time she got into the top 30. .75, Paulina Berezina. To the first of two young gymnasts from the oldest nation in the world, Gioia Casali from San Marino. She's 16 and competing at her first senior European Championships. Gioia Casali from San Marino. The gymnasts from San Marino are watched over by the very experienced Lucia Castiglioni, 25-year-old who competed at 6 World Championships for the small nation located in the north of Italy. Casali and Camilla Rossi, who's coming up next, are from Borgo Maggiore, the second largest town in San Marino, one of the 9 communes. Not a great surprise there to see that Paulina Berezina has challenged the apparatus difficulty score. Rita Araujo scores 26.35. It really is a splendid time to be a Kajaya at the moment, because Barbare won a medal. Just saw her there in the junior competitions yesterday. Mariami was there alongside her, supporting, sitting with her as she waited for her results. Now it's her turn to be cheered. She is the reigning national champion with the ribbon and also with hoop and ball. Some very good gymnasts coming through in Georgia. The junior squad looks really promising as well. They've got a good team spirit about them. She actually said, Mariami Kajai, that she never wanted to be a coach, but that she's slowly starting to change her mind. And based on the way she was behaving with Barbari yesterday, when her sister won that bronze medal, she looks as though she really is changing her mind because she was almost fulfilling the role of a coach. 27.25 Joya Casali. Good score that with the clubs. Competing at her second European Championships, 17-year-old Camilla Rossi from San Marino, another of the gymnasts coached by Lucia Castiglioni.
I feel so unsure as I take your hand and lead you on the other side. Good, I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. I'm never gonna dance again the way you dance with you. So loud, I wish that we could lose this crowd. Maybe it's bad this way, we'd hurt each other with the things we want to say. We could have been so good together, we could have lived this dance forever. It's gonna dance forever. Please dance. I'm never gonna dance again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Though it's easy to pretend.
It's always nice when you see gymnasts come back with more of a sense of assurance. At a second European Championships, she was just outside the top 50 in the all-around competition last year in Baku, Camilla Rossi, and that was nicely performed. Difficulty isn't enormous, the leaps need a little more amplitude here and there, but the overall character of her work gymnastically is improving. On the subject of things that improve, Polina Berezina's score is up by 3/10. Apparatus difficulty was indeed incorrectly assessed by the judges' first scrutiny. 29.05 for Mariami Kajaya with the ribbon in her penultimate display. And that will be useful to her because she'll be hoping to discard the ball score. It was 27.05. Just 4 performances remain in the first half of this set before we go back round to the top of the order for the second and final part of the qualification campaign today. And the fourth and final part of it, full stop. From Georgia, Anna Hutsishvili, 30.7 with the hoop, 29.4 with the ball. And she very recently won her first national all-around title. Great accomplishment, and she was the runner-up in the ribbon competition. She said when it happened, I am finally Georgian champion. How great it must have felt. She's come to this competition more confident than ever before, Anna Hutsishvili. Not just the victory with the national championships, but her strong performance at the European Cup, the first European Cup, where she actually met Sofia Raffaelli in the cross battle. Had no expectations of making that top 16, but did it and came away from it saying it was the best that she'd ever been, the best she'd ever performed. Lovely story, and some nice gymnastics with the ribbon from Hutsishvili as Camilla Rossi scores 25.1. And that for Rossi is her second best score. She had some issues with the ball. The runner-up with the ball, or rather the bronze medalist, I should say, with the ball at the European Championships in Baku last year, Azerbaijan, Zora Agamirova. The hugely experienced Zora Agamirova from Azerbaijan. A 7th time at the European Championships for her. And she won the all-around national championship again this year. .47.45. Khutsishvili. Well, what a history-making moment it's been to witness the first rhythmic gymnast in the history of Albania to compete on the international stage. Greta Ciolacu, born in Italy, but delighted to be representing Albania here at these championships. Really good determination from Greta Ciolacu. Safe to say that she didn't find the ribbon easy to manage at times during that routine, but she persevered, got through her exercise as fluidly as possible. Such an important moment when a new nation competes at the European Championships or any major competition. Can become a door-opening thing for others. There'll be youngsters watching this in Albania. We see that nice demonstration of the ring position pirouette, which she performed well. 31 for Zora Agamirova, 15.3 difficulty score. Agamirova very much on course to attend another all-around final at the European Championships. And this is the last performance of the first rotation. Kamila Seyedzadeh of Azerbaijan, 17, making a debut at the European Championships. She's very comfortable with this apparatus, Kamila Seyedzadeh. She's been a national medalist. And she had her best ever international result at the start of the year, where she won not just the all-around but the clubs competition at the Luxembourg Cup. confident with all the basics, the milling of the clubs, for example, as you would expect her to be. Having come through a vibrant junior training program such as exists in Azerbaijan. Plenty of competitors. Now we just wait for this score to come in for Kamila Seyedzadeh, and then we go back round for the last rotation of this morning session. There'll then be about a 1 hour break before we reconvene for groups A and B, or sets A and B. All of that is due to start around about 2:15 local time. .20 exactly for Greta Cholaku. Elina Sokolovska of North Macedonia performing for the last time in qualification. She's got better as she's gone on, which has been really exciting to see.
See the girl with the diamonds in her shoes. She walks around like she's got nothing to lose. Just see the go-getter. She's everybody's type. She's a queen of the city, but she don't believe the hype. She's got her own elevation, holy motivation. So I wrote some letters on big goals. I got faith in you, baby. I got faith in you now. And you've been such a good friend to me. Oh, that I love you so high. I'll play you. Hallelujah. I got faith. Faith, yeah. Yes, I do. I get a running in my mind, goes crazy. I think about the morning, noon, night and day. I get a running in my mind, goes crazy. I got faith in you, girl. I got faith in you, baby. I got faith in you, girl. I met you, hallelujah. I got faith in you, baby. Baby, I got faith in you, baby. Baby, I got you, hallelujah. I got faith, yeah.
Well done to Elina Sokolovska on her performance in qualification at her debut European Championships. Did finish a little behind the music by the looks of things. Long-term target for her will be increasing the flexibility of the dynamic balance work, getting the legs right up to split position. That will increase the difficulty. 30.4 for Kamila Seyedzadeh. That's the 8th best score we've had so far with the clubs, and that's the place-holding mark for a spot in the final. Defne Eol Kuluc of Turkey. Much to be pleased with there from Defne Elul-Kuruc, as the Turkish delegation is evidently thrilled with what they've seen from this improving young gymnast. For a first senior European Championships, she's been really impressive. Yes, the ribbon routine didn't go according to plan, but she's been strong by and large. I think that when she made all of the apparatus finals at the Bosphorus Cup in Istanbul earlier in the year and won 3 medals, including a gold medal with the ball, it must have improved her confidence so much. We have a little wait now because there are back-to-back clubs routines to be performed by the 2 gymnasts from Turkey. And it gives me just a moment to remind you that the all-around final will take place tomorrow. It starts at 10 o'clock local time in Budapest. It's quite a complicated day in terms of the schedule. 10 o'clock until about 1 o'clock will be the first half of the all-around final. 18.6 for Elina Sokolovska to draw to a close her competition. The second half of the all-around final will be from just after 2 p.m. to about 5 p.m. That will be the highest qualifying group of gymnasts. And then we'll have also the group all-around final. That will be from about 5:45 Budapest time, right the way through until around about 10 p.m. So it's going to be a long day. Cancel all of your plans and make sure you're well set up with all of the snacks you need to enjoy a big day of the Rhythmic Gymnastics European Championships. 29.2, Defne Elul-Kuruc. They're really enjoyable, aren't they, these days, getting to see a lot of gymnasts competing, some new names, some new nations in some cases. We've had that here, and some nations with vibrant junior programs that are starting to translate to senior success. The junior finals, the apparatus finals last night, were just superb. This is Hatice Gökçe Emir of Turkey, and she has been such a strong performer so far. Can she produce a fine clubs display? This really is a promising young gymnast. They are so right to be so excited about what they've seen today. The delegation from Turkey and yesterday. Because in life, who doesn't need Niels Daniel singing happy birthday to you whilst someone in a monkey costume waves an inflatable banana around? It's everyone's dream. A very happy birthday, though, to Hatice Gökçe Emir. And it's been marked by a real coming-of-age performance as a gymnast from her. And that's the really exciting story of her championships. Whatever happens next, if she makes any finals, if she's a contender for the all-around competition to get a berth in the top 24 or not, it really has been exciting to watch her. The vibrancy and diversity of the continent of Europe as we head from Turkey, a gymnast who's in Istanbul province, to a gymnast from Oslo, right up in the north of the continent, Matilda Ekrem Richter. Conclusion to the campaign of Matilda Ekrem Richter and her first senior European Championships. There'll be some very proud people watching her, and I hope she'll be very proud of what she's done here as well. 6 times a junior national champion, coming into the start of her senior career. She had some issues at times, but that there, lovely demonstration of her split leap with toe point and back bend. There's a wonderful photograph of her that was taken of her performance at the Athens World Cup, where she's demonstrating that in the most textbook of fashions, and it is a strength of her gymnastics. 31.05 for Emir. But yes, as I was saying before about Richter, she had a couple of almost sprint moments here and there with the apparatus to try to chase it down. There you risk sacrificing not just execution, but a little difficulty. Ella Polak of Slovenia, performing with the clubs. She won the silver medal in all of the apparatus finals this year.
You spin my head right round when you go
She's such a vibrant, energetic gymnast, Ella Polak. At times the control wasn't there in the routine, that's clear for everyone to see, but the overall vivacity of her performances are really lovely to watch. As I was saying earlier, just before she started, she won the silver medal in all of the apparatus finals at the National Championships this year, and she won the all-around title in her home city. Nice demonstration of the classical attitude position. She went for it. It didn't pay off completely, but you always have to admire a gymnast who goes for it. 27.25 is the score for the Norwegian, Mathilde Eknem-Richter. What an enjoyable campaign it's been from the youth Olympian, Josephine Juhl-Müller. This is her final performance, comes with the ribbon. And she has been a medalist at the Nordic Championships with this apparatus. Twenty-one-year-old Josephine Juhl-Müller of Norway. Unfortunate moment with the ribbon towards the end of that routine. Just lost it out of bounds. Had to make an adjustment. But she has had a good couple of days. Nice bold catch in the walkover. Obviously doing this with a small injury that she's carrying as well. 25.3 Ella Polak's score. It wasn't the routine she wanted, but she's such an enjoyable athlete to watch. And she's heading in the right direction, no question. But from the young members of the Slovenian team to the veterans, Yekaterina Vedenieva, World Games bronze medalist with the clubs and the European Championship bronze medalist last year, the year after that success in Birmingham, Alabama. And this really works well. It's a great choice of music for her, Swan Lake. It just works, doesn't it, as a stylistic choice. How could it not? A gymnast like her, music like that, it belongs. The Act 4 Allegro from Swan Lake. Poised, turning leaps. Good deep bend of the standing leg in the fouette turns. Lovely toe point in the extended leg at 90 degrees. As ever, it will come down to the difficulty. 27.1, Josephine Yulmulla.
Confía en el trabajo, mírame a los ojos, confía en el trabajo. Lo tienes todo, no doy las cosas por hecho.
Eso es, cada
hasta
palo.
que no tengo el palo en mi mano. Todo.
¡Me va a salir!
As ever, the fire burns deep within Alba Bautista. The intensity is there as she approaches the carpet. It didn't quite go according to plan with the clubs. It's been the only blip in what has been otherwise such a successful couple of days. Now she performs with the ribbon, and her work with this apparatus is nothing short of iconic.
María, si fueras mía, te regalara un pañuelo con 4 puntas de plata y el centro de flores llenas.
That really is some performance. It was always going to take a lot to replace the La Saeta routine that she used up to the World Championships in Valencia. This is totally different, and it does grow on one. This is good execution, really extending the legs, pointing the toes. There's just a degree of comfort when you watch her performing with this apparatus. But there's something more. Over the last couple of years, she has become somebody who dominates the occasion and is not dominated by the occasion. 33.05. Strong score with the clubs from Vedenjeva. To Joana Pinheiro of Portugal. This is her last performance at her 3rd European Championships. Her top score so far, 27.1 with the ball.
Enamorada
Nice sense of energy to that work. Really nice sense of energy from Joana Pinheiro of Portugal. She is from the city of Lisbon, which rather peculiarly contains no official documentation that actually makes it the capital of Portugal. It was just declared the capital in the 1200s by King Afonso III, and everyone's just sort of gone along with it. Real power in those turning leaps, nice to see. There's a shock. Ekaterina Vedenieva has challenged both the apparatus and body difficulty, but it worked the last time, so why not? 32.3 from Alba Bautista. Strongest that we've seen thus far with the apparatus.
Mírame los ojos. Lo que haces entrenando. Lo que haces.
Really fine performance with the ribbon from Berezina's teammate Alba Bautista. How can you not enjoy watching the Spanish gymnasts? The passion that you get from both of them. But could they be more different in the way they perform? That's what's lovely. And yet they are unified by their commitment to artistry, to narrative, and to fine technique. Here is Polina Berezina. And she'll be working to some Hans Zimmer music. She's a great aficionado of cinema and has studied it at university level. Oh, that was a save at the end, my goodness. My goodness, that ribbon looked like it was in the car park. And she somehow, using what you can only describe as years and years of competition management, grabbed hold of it and brought it back into play with all of the composure of somebody saying, everything is completely fine here, it's all going according to plan. And when you are somebody who has the degree of artistry that Polina Berezina has, then you are able to cover moments like that because it all just seems part of a cohesive performance. Her teammate Alba Bautista with the strongest score so far with the ribbon. No change this time to Ekaterina Vedenieva's score with the clubs, but she did get that half-mark boost with the ribbon. 30.2 for Joana Pinheiro. Huge congratulations to her. She finishes with her finest score of the competition. It was a lovely display from Joana Pinheiro. And her teammate now steps forward. Rita Araujo from Portugal, concluding her qualification campaign with the clubs. Good luck to her. to really, really strive to get through that display. Rita Araujo, which she did well. Quite a few adjustments here and there. She was twisting and turning. And the problem with that is that you lose control not just of your execution, but of your difficulty elements. Sometimes they don't turn out quite to be the thing that you were intending to perform. But let's look back at the decent stability demonstrated in the penché turn. Well, we are making our way towards the end of this session. The afternoon session will begin in around about 80 minutes time at 2:15 Budapest time. Blythe Lawrence will be guiding you through all of that as we see sets A and B. And then it's nothing but finals that remain. The all-around final for individuals will take place tomorrow, beginning at around 10 o'clock in the morning, Budapest time, and then we'll have at 6:15 p.m. the group all-around final, excuse me. 30.65 for Polina Berezina. Execution 7.9. Could have been lower than that though had she not had access to all of her guile and intelligence. From truly one of the world's most beautiful places, San Marino, this is Gioia Casali. Final performance for her in a debut European Championships that's shown real promise. Nations don't produce world champions overnight, especially small nations with a population of fewer than 40,000 people. Watching on there was the aforementioned Lucia Castiglioni. There was a time when she would have been the only gymnast competing for San Marino at her 6 world championships. Now she's bringing through a pair of young athletes. It's common for us to see 2 or 3 San Marinese gymnasts competing at the European Championships. What will they do? What's their next step when they become coaches in years to come? Who do they bring through? It grows step by step by step. That's the only way you produce a champion. That's the only way you produce a contender. Do it day by day, gradually. 28.05 for Rita Araujo. Mariami Kajaya, with her sister watching on from the crowd after she supported her in winning a junior medal yesterday. performance with the clubs from Mariami Kajaya of Georgia to France's Eurovision Song Contest entry this year. And allow me to nail my colours to the mast and say I think it's one of the best songs never to have won Eurovision. And she's one of the best young gymnasts at these championships, from one of the best young families of gymnasts at these championships. Well, from Kajaya to Joya, 23.85 for the gymnast from San Marino. The last performance from the world's oldest nation at these championships, Camilla Rossi from Borgo Maggiore, the second largest town in San Marino, will conclude her campaign with the ribbon.
Mi piace calcolare le distanze, da qui proiettarmi nello spazio siderale, da qui, da milioni ad occhio e croce di persone. E ho fantasia e posso anche volare, la fantasia lo sai ti fa volare, guarda stelle, guarda, in questo mare di stelle mi perderò con te. Guarda stelle, guarda, è un cielo di fiammelle, è un cielo di fiammelle.
Very elegant gymnastics there from Camilla Rossi of San Marino. And I just want to return to my earlier point about small nations and the progress they make day by day. Both of the gymnasts from San Marino are from Borgo Maggiore. It's the birthplace of a woman called Alessandra Perilli, who in 2008 won a bronze medal at the European Junior Championships of shooting. She went on to win a Mediterranean Games medal, history-making moments for San Marino. In 2010, she won a bronze medal at the World Championships in Munich. 11 years later, she won San Marino's first ever Olympic medal. The day after, she won their second Olympic medal. These things can happen, they do happen. These smaller nations can absolutely break new ground. They need good coaches, good young gymnasts, and a lot of determination. Meanwhile, we just saw a 26.2 for Mariami Kajaya. And this is the gymnast from Georgia who has teamed up with Kajaya Anna Hutsishvili. She will complete her campaign with the clubs, and she's just won the national title with clubs as well as in the all-around competition. It meant the world to her. right at the very end. Trajectory just a little overcooked. Did well to get the apparatus with a lunge. But let's put that to one side and look at 99% of that routine. It's clear, isn't it, how she won the national title, because it's so engaging. It's full of performative quality. Some nice pirouetting work, good toe point in the straight leg fouettes, keeping the leg at pretty well a 90-degree angle throughout. And these the most difficult fouette turns with a little flourish facially as she performs it. 22.6 for Camilla Rossi. Yes, she had some execution issues, but it was performed with a real sense of style. Her artistry score was significantly higher than the execution, and that seems absolutely just. Zora Agamirova of Azerbaijan, having produced a 31 with the clubs and two 32-point-something scores yesterday, will now conclude her all-around qualification and apparatus qualification process with the ribbon. She is the reigning Islamic Solidarity Games champion with the ribbon and won a medal at the World University Games. Not as was intended for Zora Agamirova, the loss of the apparatus out of bounds. It was within retrieval distance, but a lot will be sacrificed. Now, you can discard, and indeed do discard if you do all four pieces, one score for all-around qualification, so that is not hugely problematic. But in terms of the ribbon final, it makes life a lot trickier. 27.55, Anna Hutsishvili's score. So that will be one of her counting scores. She discards her ribbon routine. We come to the penultimate performance of this morning session. Greta Cholaku of Albania. She finishes her history-making campaign with the clubs. Sometimes it's the time to be microscopic, sometimes it's the time to be macroscopic. This is an occasion for the latter. She's the first gymnast from her nation to compete at the Rhythmic Gymnastics European Championship. She trains at Club Atletico Faenza in Italy, in the Emilia-Romagna region. They are overjoyed that she is competing at this competition. She's come here with coach Giada Cerroni. She was originally an artistic gymnast, Greta Kolaku. Now, after stepping away from the sport completely, she's back as a rhythmic gymnast, and one who has done something that no one representing Albania has ever done before. And it's got to start somewhere. Everything has got to start somewhere. Well done to her. For some of the athletes, their competition has concluded. And they are, like all of us now, just enjoying the action, enjoying the spectacle. And we have one performance to come. We are still awaiting some numbers for Zora Agamirova of Azerbaijan. And then her own teammates will perform. If you've been with us all the way through the coverage today, it's been wonderful having you here to enjoy this last day of qualification at the Rhythmic Gymnastics European Championships. 24.65 for Zora Agamirova. It doesn't affect her all-around station. She is still 5th in all-around qualification, but there is a little way to go. We've got 2 very strong sets to come, but the ribbon score was the 27th highest. Camilla Seidzadeh will perform the last routine of this set of gymnasts. The 17-year-old based in Baku won the silver medal with this apparatus at the Luxembourg Cup earlier this year for her best overall international performance so far. And thus brings to a close set D. Finishes courtesy of Kamila Seyedzadeh of Azerbaijan. Debutant at the European Championships, yet to compete on the world stage. A nice performance, full of flair. Little areas of execution here and there to crisp up in terms of the clarity of her pattern work and her trajectories, which were sometimes quite off course, but she's getting there. Well done to Greta Ciolacu of Albania, 20.95. That's her second best score. Not many do that with the clubs. We are just a matter of moments away from bringing you the intermediary standings. And I'll just remind you that we have sets A and B to come. And as we go into those afternoon groups of gymnasts, then there'll be time to start talking about things like the team competition, because that will iron itself out. The all-around competition will also start to become clearer. 29.35 for Kamila Seyedzadeh. That at the moment occupies a qualifying berth with the ribbon, but there is a lot still to come. This is club qualification as things stand. That hugely high score from Vera Tugolukova is at the top of the leaderboard. Cypriots were thrilled about that, and certainly she's in very good stead to make that apparatus final. Remarkable if she doesn't make it. And we look down the order at some of these very memorable performances that we've seen. Albert Bautista, with not one hint of surprise at all, is occupying top qualification spot with the ribbon, just ahead of the impressive youngster Liliana Lewinska of Poland. Mariami Kajaya is currently in the first reserve position, but two big hitting groups to come. Very enjoyable action it's been from the Rhythmic Gymnastics European Championships 2024 in Budapest, Hungary.